Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 11th, 2021 reading for you, your 11/11 reading. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Virgo be affected by November 11th, 11/11? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So at the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Magician and we have the Hierophant. So if we have Taurus energy within our natal chart or Taurians within our lives, they're going to come through very powerfully at our root. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is us. We're Earth sign energy. This also enhances the Taurus energy at our root because Taurus is also Earth sign energy. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. We need things balanced. We're becoming students and we're seeing our prosperity. We're seeing a different way forward than the one that we had originally envisioned for ourselves. We have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. If we have Aries within our natal chart or within our lives, they come through very powerfully in an emotional capacity, within our hearts. And then we have the Three of Wands. There's movement forward. There's a sense of, for a lot of us, there's a sense of returning somewhere we have been before, but returning there in a very new way. So just be aware of that. And there's a place of power here coming forward. So that's interesting. We have the Star, which is Aquarius energy, and this time, 11/11, November 11th, falls on the first quarter moon in Aquarius. So that first quarter moon is very much going to affect us. That Aquarius energy is going to be quite intense for us. And we also have the Ace of Cups. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of love, is embracing us with our emotions, is having us connect with our emotions, with the bigger picture of what we want from our lives. So let's look at our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Prince of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What we have to be mindful of on November 11th is the fact that we can just let ourselves go. We can just be like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to charge for it. I'm going to go after it, and not think one iota about any of the consequences. And sometimes we do just have to, go after what we want, but Spirit's saying here, like, step back a bit, think about things, and still go and still do and still embrace, but make sure you think about things first. We're also going to have a tendency to be drawn to people who just see them as doers. They go after it, they're so exciting, and yet if we really looked at them closer, we'd find that they're reckless. It's not exciting, it's actually terrifying. So let's see here. Let's see our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have love, the heart chakra coming through. So here, surrounding us is our hearts, and we have to embrace our hearts. We have to look at our hearts, embrace emotionally what we desire and what we want and how we're moving forward and where it is that we need to be within our lives. Our hearts are going to be so powerful for us. To embrace our heart chakra, to move forward in love, that's going to be everything. Now, before we talk about the cards, let's talk about this time, this 1111, this master number, this connection with our angels, this powerful number combination. So let's talk about the historical value of 1111. On the 11th day of the 11th month, the armistice was signed. There we go, I can speak. The armistice was signed, which ended the Western European fighting in World War I. And it took effect at 11 a.m. Paris time on the 11th day of 1918. And this time is still celebrated today. The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, 1 minute of silence is held within the Commonwealth for all those people lost in the Great War, the most horrific event up until that time. What we're going to see during this time is that we have this connection with the past. It's very funny, whenever I think of Armistice Day, whenever I think of Remembrance Day, I think of Wilfred Owens, who was a poet who was sent to fight. He was a young boy sent to fight, or a young man, actually. But he was a poet. He was a person who embraced words and never wanted to be there. And he died right before they were told to stop fighting, right before the guns were put down. I'm not sure if it was hours before the signing or a day before. But either way, there is this time and this energy around this time for us of remembrance, of connection, of understanding, but of connection to the past and connection to the power of the past. November 11th is also Global God's Day. Global day to remember all religions, all walks of faith, all ways forwards with deities. Angelically, 1111 is telling us that our angels are connecting with us, and pay attention to that connection. And pay attention to our surroundings, and pay attention to our emotions, because messages are coming in. Whether we want them to or not, they're coming. As star seeds, 1111 appears as we are awakening to our spiritual purpose and our mission here on earth. 1111 also represents the spiraling twin strands of DNA, of the human DNA, coming into consciousness, coming into awareness. Spiritually, 1111 has us reflecting on why we're here and where we're going. 1111 also brings doors opening to us, brings pathways moving us forward. Here we have to embrace our power, but there's also an energy of power around us. This is also a wake-up call. Pay attention to the deeper self. Pay attention to what is intrinsically and emotionally important to us. Spirit guide is attempting to contact us. Pay attention. Our spirit guides are contacting us, so we have to pay attention. At our root here, we have the magician, as above, so below, as we believe it, so it becomes. Pay attention to our minds. Pay attention to what we're going after. Pay attention to what we long for. But also know that as we stand before and are claiming our emotional selves, as we are claiming, our authority within this world, but also our magic, our sense of wonderment around us, we are also connecting with so much of the energy and the power that is a part of us. We're connecting with our elemental self, the energy that roots us, the energy that feeds us, the energy that fills our lungs, the energy that warms us, the energy that quenches our thirst. We're seeing all that elemental power come forward. And we're saying, where do I stand here? Why do I stand here? What do I desire? What do I need? And what is moving me forward? We have to pay close attention to our minds, because what we focus on is going to be what we get. Whether we want it or not, what we focus on is going to be what manifests within our lives. And a little bit more readily during this time than at other times because we are so connected, because this is so much more than just a day on a calendar. The Hierophant comes into play. The Hierophant is a religious leader, okay, or seen as a figurehead, and I don't know why that's important to say, but there is also, because the Hierophant in medieval times was the Pope, okay, it represents the Pope, and in medieval times the Pope was the most powerful person. And here, that's why King Henry VIII, he broke from the Pope to be able to do what it is that he wanted to do, right? So we have that power coming forward, and we have that power being taken. So what we have here is a sense of what are the traditions that we want? What is the power and the intention and the purpose of us moving forward? What is it that we desire? Where is it that we need to be? But what are the traditions that are an intrinsic part of us that we cannot turn our back from? We become students during this time. On 11/11, we become students of our spiritual connection, of the way that we need to move forward, of what it is that we're remembering, and what it is that our hearts are being called towards. And two, we are students of what we're planting, and we're seeing that what we plant, what we desire, starts to come forward in different ways, in powerful ways, in intricate ways, in greater ways than we had imagined. We become students of our prosperity and our success, but we also become students of every single choice that we have made in every single way that we move forward. There's a sense here that we need things to be balanced. And this is my Minor Arcana Justice card. Things are out of balance. There is not that give and that take, that beautiful flow that we need. But there's a giving, and then there's a taking, and there's this push and this pull. And we're saying, no, 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 stop. Have things come in balance. Have things embrace and understand and move forward slowly and gently and kindly, honoring all. And so there's this beautiful need for balance and this beautiful understanding of the complexity of where we stand right now. But we're also finding ourselves coming into balance with what we want and where we're headed and what we desire, and this sense of seeing ourselves more openly than before, seeing a bigger picture of where it is that we need to be, where it is that we want to be, and finding that balance within ourselves, because there's a sense that it's almost like walking on high heels and cobblestones. We feel teetery and our feet hurt, and it's like, okay, how do I do this? Like, when is this going to be over, type of thing? And we're going to find here that there's an embrace of the steady acknowledgement of self, but also acknowledgement of wants and needs. And it moves us to the Emperor. It moves us to the ruler. Kind of going back to that Henry VIII kind of analogy here, it moves us to being able to claim our power, being able to see what it is that we want. Not condoning what he did, but also saying here that there's just this sense of power and insight and ideas, and the sense of I'm claiming my throne, and I'm knowing what I want for my life, and I'm embracing what I need for myself. And this isn't selfish. This isn't, embracing a ruthless king. What it is embracing our power for where we want to be, our insight for who we are, and our sense of what we desire within our lives. Our sense of embracing our root chakra really does come up. And there's a sense also of, what am I passionate about? What do I need? I'm not following, I'm leading. I'm claiming this throne, I'm claiming this voice, I'm claiming what I desire within my life. And all of a sudden we can see ourselves traveling. We can see new avenues opening up, new doorways opening up that we had never expected before. And now we see ourselves heading in a direction that almost seems out of this world. And as we connect with it, we connect with us. And it moves us to the Ace of Cups. It moves us to what we love. It moves us to our emotions. It moves us to connecting with our emotions and our insights and our ideas and saying, this is where I need to be. We're also going to be very emotional during this time. There's a lot coming at us. There's a lot to be sensitive about and connect with. So during this time, we find that our hearts are overflowing, and also the stagnation that was held within us emotionally. The sense of, I can't move forward this way because of this blockage that I'm not even aware of. Our heart chakras are coming forward, and it's like, oh no, this is washing away. This doesn't get to be our defining moment anymore. This gets to be something that we are, relieving from our lives, to be able to embrace fully and emotionally and passionately where we want to be, what we desire, and who it is that we are. We're opening up a door in a very real way. We're starting a new chapter in a very real way, and it brings us to what we wish for. It brings us to that connection to the moon, but it also brings us to the connection to our wishes and our desires and what our heart deeply longs for. It's not the one that we cross our fingers for or the wish that we blow out the candles with. It's the wish that when we get it, it's actually scary because we have wanted it for so long and we have wanted it so much. what we see here during this time is this sense of passion, is a sense of insight, is a sense of this is what I've longed for. And Spirit says, here it is. It's coming. And when we get it, what we have to be aware of is that it is so important to us that we can almost turn away from it, because it's better to never really have the dreams, right? Have the dreams come true than to have them and lose them, to have them and muck things up. And so what Spirit is saying here is to be brave. And that's why emotionally we are being made ready and to really embrace what it is that we want and where it is that we need to be and where it is that we want to be and how it is that we need to move forward and what it is that we desire for ourselves and how it is that we are embracing our lives. Wishes come, but wishes can be terrifying in the power that they hold, but also in how much we want them. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of during this time is the King of Swords, air sign energy again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But also, this is somebody who won't sheath their tongue, who will say what needs to be said, or will just run their mouth and we don't need to listen. So just be aware of that. We can hear some rather intense truths during this time, but we are also going to have a lot of things brought to the open that were hidden away and denied and resentment was building. It moves us to our chakra energy, which is peace. Our crown chakra. Peace is coming to us. Peace is guiding us. Peace is centering us. And that is beautiful. Think of a crown of peace. What would that look like? How would we wear it? How would we embrace it? Embracing that peace embraces who we are. It moves us to our subconscious rooted energy, which is strength, which is Leo energy. We need to stand strong. We're facing a storm. And we need to stay what we're standing for and what we're fighting for. This isn't about brute strength. This is about embracing our hearts and our desires and knowing that our emotions and our love, that is true strength. Seeing the world and seeing the chaos within it and being knocked down and having everything go topsy-turvy and yet still loving, still connecting, still caring, that's going to be powerful. It moves us to our subconscious inner self, and that's the Eight of Swords. We feel trapped, and yet Spirit's saying there's nothing holding us back except our own minds, except what it is that we perceive. And Spirit's saying here, don't lock yourself away. Don't do it. Get out of your own head. It moves us to our subconscious emotional self, and that's the Ten of Cups. That's in they all live happily ever after. And the thing that I love about this card, it's one of my favorite depictions of the Ten of Cups. It always makes me think of the ancient Nordic saying of better to be king of a cottage than servant in a castle. Better to embrace love and beauty and connect with the simpler things than always be striving for more and more and more. Because it will never be enough. We can always obtain more. And Spirit's saying here, when will it be enough just to love our lives? When will it be enough just to be present within ourselves? Our subconscious public arena self is the Hangman. We don't see things the same way as anybody else or as everybody else. People do see things the same way as we do, but it can be harder to find them. We can feel at times we're in limbo. We don't know where our life is heading at this exact moment. We feel as if our hearts were laid open and so much more was revealed than we ever anticipated. Trust the fact that we don't see things the same way. Trust the fact that when you walk forward in uniqueness and in grace and in power and in sheer individualness. See things differently and embrace that insight. Don't try to fit in. It's not going to work during this time anyway. It's not going to work anyway. You know, you're always going to be just a little bit different. And that is brilliant. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace 11/11, November 11th. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo, and may you have a blessed 11/11.